Hello, Linda Gamble. Hey, Capricorn Flower. Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. Thank you all so much for joining me on this winning Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a great day, a great hump day. And then I'm excited because tonight I get to meet with Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk, and we are all excited about this Kenya and Brit Eady situation. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has ideas of their own, and we are very candid and able to hold our own position. So it's going to be a good one tonight, everybody. So I hope we see everybody in all of our chats. Just come in, like wherever you want to settle in, go ahead and settle in. But we appreciate seeing everybody in and out of the different chats. So on this Winning Wednesday, I just had a few topics that I wanted to talk about. I appreciate you pressing the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and thank you so much for dropping in. Today, as you can see, I'm in my Sade t-shirt today, one of my favorite singers. I'm waiting on some more music from her. The last thing I saw from her was on YouTube about her son. She had a trans daughter that has transitioned, and he's married now. He is a beautiful wife. So Sade she lays very low unless she's making music. So that's what I'm honoring today with my t-shirt. Hello, Mama Bees. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, some of these topics are just political topics, and then I was going to end with a fun topic, which was a Bravo related topic. They have a new show that's coming that I might be interested in watching. It's going to skew a little young, but because we know the parents, it might be of interest to people that like Bravo. And I'm one of those people. I like Bravo is interesting to me. I'm a little upset with them right now for how they're handling things, but I'm not surprised. They're like any large corporation. Sometimes they don't do things fairly or the way that we would expect them to do it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how everything shakes out. Okay, today we had the Orange Clown put a pause on the tariffs, except for China. He ended up increasing China's because China increased theirs on the United States. Now he's saying China's being disrespectful, but keep in mind he started the whole tariff thing, and he expect people to bend over or bow down, but they are not doing it because I don't think. I mean, we did elect the Orange Clown, who is kind of nutty, but I don't think people are really afraid of the U.S., and I don't think they should be. I think when someone is a bully, you stand up to them. So last Friday, Fox Fake News, who has that stock ticker going, they stopped it because the markets were crashing so badly every day, and the Orange Clown was freaking out about it and having panic attacks. And what they ended up doing today, there's a rally. It was up like 3,000 points at the close the last I checked. So that is interesting. We'll see if they put the stock ticker back up. He didn't want credit when it was going down, but he'll probably accept credit now that it's up. Okay, so we had the person who was advising him on tariffs is someone named Peter Navarro, and evidently his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, during the first administration, got a book off Amazon, and that this person was writing on tariffs, and he quoted Peter Navarro. It's not even funny. The economic expert he quoted was himself, and he just changed his name around. I wish I were lying, but that's what they said. And they said Elon, the unelected South African, as we call him, because that's what his role is. He supposedly has stepped down from Doge, but we keep hearing rumors about that, and I don't. How do we confirm that? Because at first they claim he doesn't even really have that position. He's supposed to be tech support. So the whole thing's crazy. Capricorn Flower, welcome to the chat. Thank you for stopping in. Mama Bees. Mama 59 Works. Hello. Hey. She said, hey, San and everyone. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I'm just doing a winning Wednesday. We have our Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk tonight. That starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So we're gonna discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll do a recap, and then we'll give our opinions, and then we have conversation, and everyone just gives their own ideas about what we saw. So that's going to be really interesting. And so 100 days in, is it only 100 days? Yeah, he took off in January 20th. Wow, and we are early April. But Americans in various regions have graded Elon Musk and Doge as he's completed 100 days. Some call it fantastic. I don't know who they're talking to that's calling it fantastic. Even people voted for the industry crying. So I don't know where they got this from. But that's what it said. Praised Doge for the efforts it's taken to cut corruption. Many slammed it as inhumane and disgusting. One of the citizens also said Doge is the worst thing that ever happened to the country. That was the Economic Times headline. Economic Times and the India Times. So they were talking about the first 100 days for Doge. So this is worldwide news, what he's doing in the markets. Okay, actually, I will scramble things around. Instead of just the politics stuff, what I want to do is talk about this new show that Bravo is having. And I don't know if it's going to just be on Peacock or where they're going to put it at. I don't know if I can show a lot of the trailer, but because I don't want to get copywritten for this. But what this is, it's called Next Gen NYC, and it's going to start. It doesn't start until June 3rd. Okay. It says Bravo, June 3rd at 9 East Central. 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And then the following day, they'll show on Peacock. But Next Gen NYC is going to be, I'll tell you who the kids are, and you'll recognize them. First, I want to show, they had the six, all of them together. Okay. I don't like how they're shooting this because we know how Bravo is. They're actually trying to showcase certain kids, and I'm not loving how they're doing that. But I'm going to start out watching it anyway. Okay, I'll show like the first, and I don't know, I'll show you the two I know. Two of the ones that I know. Okay, you see Riley, she looked like Mama Joyce there. You know, Riley had a little nip on her nose. She got that done. But she still looks like Candy and also Mama Joyce. The other young lady with the curly hair on top next to Riley, that's Ava Dash. That's Rachel Roy, the clothing designer. Also Becky with the good hair that Solange was shaking Jay-Z up about in that elevator. Her mother. So Rachel Roy and Damon Dash's daughter. She was on Growing Up Hip Hop as well for some of the later seasons. And Riley. And then some of these kids I do not know, but this one I do know. She's really pretty. We watched this little girl grow up. That's Gia. Gia Judice, Teresa Judice's daughter. She's going to be on the show as well. She's going to stir things up. Gia doesn't care. And Teresa has always let that little girl have her own point of view. Gia is a trip. Some of you may recognize some of the names. I don't. Now, Ariana Bierman, that is Kim and Croy's daughter. You know, Croy adopted those little girls that Kim had. When Kim came on season 1, was kicking her leg out, talking about she's a country and western singer. She had those two little girls, but when she married Croy, seasons and seasons in, that she met at one of Sheree's Dancing with Atlanta event. He was at Atlanta Falcons for 5 minutes, and she married him. And they've been married for years and now going through a terrible, trashy divorce for years. But Ariana Bierman, he adopted them. She's one of the daughters. See, I don't know what she looks like. I hate to say it, but sometimes I can't tell them apart. I can't tell. I don't know who that. I'm gonna have to go. Let me see if I can. Ariana Bierman. Oh, she's next to Gia. Okay, she's next to Gia. So she's the one with the dark hair. Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't look like Kim. I don't think we ever met their father. That's when Kim was going with them. Close your legs, the married man. Big Dad, Big Papa. Yeah, Big Papa. When he bought her that car on TV. So there's 4 of the people that we know. We have Real Housewives of New Jersey represented, Real Housewives of Atlanta, former, which will be Candy and Kim, represented, and then Growing Up Hip Hop represented. Hey, Mahogany Meeks, my little sis. Thank you for joining the chat. One of the moderators as well. Mahogany Meeks came in speaking. And Mahogany Meeks, I was just talking about this new show, Next Gen NYC. They're saying season 1, so I guess they're anticipating multiple seasons. I don't know. Riley, I think, just graduated from NYU. I don't know what her career track is. I don't know if she's in an entertainment or what's going on. I know she would be on YouTube a lot with Mama Joyce, so I don't know if that she's doing that. But I'll check it out just to see how it is and see if I'll review that. So it says Ariana Bierman is the first in her family to leave Atlanta and step out on her own. No safety net, no family backup, just high school sweetheart Hudson, a dream of launching a sweet streetwear line and one-way ticket to New York City. So she's saying nothing to fall back on. She got a whole reality show that's going to be shown on Bravo and Peacock. Okay, so that, all right. Oh, here it is. Riley Barris is going to say what Riley's going to. Of course, I'm interested more so in Riley and Ava because I know of them. Riley is so cute. Y'all, I can't believe how little she was when we first saw her. Remember the first season? Candy was on with her fiance, AJ. Rest in peace to AJ. Mama Joyce had her foot on his neck. Then Mama Joyce put her foot on everybody's neck that's around Candy. It says Riley Barris may have music legend and Real Housewives of Atlanta veteran Candy Barris as a mom, but she's determined to make her mark on her own terms. Riley hustled through her NYU years, snagging every high profile internship in sight. Oh, I can see her doing that. I can see Candy kicking open doors and then Riley going ahead and working hard. Go, Riley. Level headed and totally unfazed, she says exactly what she thinks, makes her the go to for people who can handle the truth. Now she has 1 year to discover her true passion, or it's off to law school and a 9 to 5 life. And with childhood friend Ariana Bierman suddenly back in her orbit, things are about to get a lot more dramatic. I could see that because remember Kim and Candy were close. I think kind of just to maybe put their foot on Nene's neck a little bit. You remember when Candy came on second season, I thought that she and Nene would be close, but her and Nene started getting into it. And then Nene and Kim started getting into it, and then Candy and Kim were friends, and Candy ended up producing Tardy for the Party for Kim. And then Kim didn't want to pay the lady. Kim never would have been a one-hit wonder without Candy. I was kind of annoyed with Candy for doing that and then sitting up, shaking voice, crying at the reunion. You didn't think I deserved nothing. You know that lady is not going to give you none of that money. And it wasn't about the money. Candy didn't need the money, but Kim has always been trifling. I hope they never bring her back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mama B spoke to Mahogany Mix. Sharon Gabo, welcome in. That show sounds like it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be really, it skews really young, which I'm kind of glad to see. I'm going to watch it just to see how it turns out, especially since they knew they're going to have to add some seasoning because some of these other kids, the other ones I didn't even name, I don't even recognize. We'll find out who they are as they come on. But as I said, we know Ava, we know Riley, we know Gia from Real Housewives of New Jersey since she was small. Okay, here is Ava Dash. I'm going to give a little update on her. Ava Dash has always had that it factor. The daughter of music mogul Damon Dash and fashion icon Rachel Roy, Ava was surrounded by legends from day one, but she's never needed a famous last name to turn heads. Cool, calm, and effortlessly collected. Ava is the girl every guy wants to date and every girl wants to be. She grew up in Tribeca. After years in LA, she's back in the city pursuing modeling full time. She has a new guy in the picture, fresh faces entering the circle. Okay. Her scenes used to make me laugh with Damon Dash. The way he talks to her, you know how plain spoken Dash is. He's something else, but that's Ava. She's looking good. They're all very young. Everybody's in their 20s. In your 20s in New York City on a reality show? What could go wrong? This is going to be something else. I'm looking forward to this a little bit. We need some fun. Real Housewives of Atlanta is supposed to be fun, and it turns so dark 5 episodes in. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We will talk about that tonight. Let me see if I recognize any of these other people. A few of the guys. I don't see any love interests in here. These love interests, they might end up being interested in each other. Shay Fruchter. He spent his whole life adapting, growing up between Israel and China, transplanting into suburban New Jersey in Manhattan's eclectic East Village. Okay. Okay, Gia Giudice might be Jersey royalty thanks to her mom, Teresa Giudice. She's determined to build a legacy all her own. Fresh out of college and law school on pause, Gia is juggling schedules to see her long-term boyfriend and hustling nonstop between Jersey and Manhattan. She survived a lifetime of family drama in the public eye, making her fiercely protective of family and friendships. Gia has plenty of drive. The actual drive into the city might just push her over the edge. Well, I don't like that caption. We're not going to push Gia over the edge. Teresa's fans and Teresa's non-fans are tough cookies. They get on Gia. And I don't like that. I still consider her a Bravo celebrity. She's an adult. She's in her 20s. But the way they address her and kind of pick on her, I don't care for. I'm going to take Gia under my wing without even seeing it yet. And I haven't seen her. I haven't watched Real Housewives of New Jersey in years. So I haven't seen what Gia's been up to make people treat her the way they do. I know they don't care for Teresa. But Teresa served her time, so I give her grace as well. Okay, he might be cute. He might be a little corny, but we'll see. Another guy. They need more guys on here. They need more guys. Let me see. This guy, Brooks Marks, wasn't born in the spotlight. He walked right into it. When his mom, Meredith Marks, made her debut on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's one of the ones I never got into. Some people like that. Is that the one? That's the one with Mary Crosby? But then they hired an R word. They had to get rid of her. There was a similar show with celebrity kids on E! Mama B says. I remember that, but I can't think of the name now. Was that the one? You remember Magic Johnson's EJ had a show, Mama B's? Could that have been the one? Sharon Gabo said Riley and Gia and Ariel. I remember. Yeah, those are the three that I do remember. So I'm trying to see if I know who anyone else is. This young lady looks like she's already a model or something. So I don't know if I know her, but she has to have some kind of connections, all of them, to get on this show, to get on a Bravo show, and it's going to be on Peacock in the summer. Georgia McKeon's life in Next Gen NYC. She's New York's ultimate Gen Z it girl. Bold, brilliant, and unapologetically original. A fourth generation New Yorker. That's something. She fiercely defends the city's artistic soul from developers and finance bros alike. As a brand and events creative strategist, Georgia rules the downtown scene. So that should be fun. We should see some fun scenes. Here's somebody named Hudson McLeroy. All these guys got the same little look and the same little pose. Baby face, too. The girl's going to eat these guys up. I could already tell. Hudson McLeroy comes from an Atlanta family known for massive self-made success. Oh, so I wonder who. Oh, wait a minute. He and Ariana Bierman have been on again, off again sweethearts since junior high. Oh, Lord. So they're going to have to, they're going to try to have a little relationship on the show. What could go wrong with that? But she's seemed more faithful than Kim. She's been with the little boy off and on since junior high school. And then we have another one, Charlie Zakor, a crypto trader and private investor who's been ruling New York's club scene since he was 14. Oh, Lord. I'm going to watch this. I'll give this a chance. He looks like a baby as well. This reminds me of when Gen X back in the day, we used to have this, a group of actors called the Brat Pack. Of course, they put all white kids in it, right? They have Molly Ringwald and Rob Lowe. And who else did they have? Mary Stuart Masterson. They did a whole, Andrew McCarthy, they did a whole series on the Brat Pack. And then we added our own, which would be Holly Robinson or Holly Robinson Pete, Robin Givens, certain ones that you would see in all the movies. And they would be young and around Hollywood. This show kind of reminds me of that. And the one that I think it was EJ Johnson he was in a show as well that Mama Bees was talking about. Oh, yes, Magic Son was on it. That's the one. So, yeah, I'll watch that. I'm going to see what else they have coming on. I hope everybody joins us tonight for dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk. This was a pretty quick live because I just had some political stuff, just quick little updates. So, luckily, the tariffs have been kind of paused a little bit. That caused the market to rally. So, I looked at my 401k today. I'm a person, I check it quarterly, but I don't really do a lot. And I've never been one of those people. I'm more like a buy and hold person. And then if it's down, that's not a time I'm going to go in and sell either. So hopefully nobody sold when it was at the low last week because it did rally today. So that was mainly the main thing. I want to let everyone know that we're dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk. I'm excited about that. So tune in to hear our views. All four of us have different views and then some similar views on certain things. But this Kenya and Brit situation, And the larger Bravo situation, Andy Cohen, all of that is really stirring up a lot of, I think, needed conversation because it's entertainment, but it's also someone's workplace. So we'll talk about that tonight. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Winning Wednesday. And I will see you later in the YouTube streets and on our panel. Everyone have a great day. Thank you. Goodbye.